sky, and it seems like it's falling on the Cowboys offense.
Oh my gosh, man. We're gonna let the room fill up just a little bit more before we get into details.
You know what, man? I'm just glad that we didn't have an Italian sandwich today.
Oh.
Because I would have thrown it up like Jason Garrett.
Jason Garrett, man.
Oh my God, man! But I tell you what, the weather out here.
It's nice.
There's the breeze that's blowing, man. It's like you got a big fan that's blowing. It's like 75. Is it 75? Maybe it's 74 and a half.
Maybe so.
The weather is incredible here. Jerry's right. That we've got perfect weather. Look at that. Perfect weather. and broke ass media over here. Look at that. See, that's why you need to be over here in Lost Nation. Because I didn't bring all my shit over here. With us. But anyway. What's up? How are we doing?
Man, we well, man. But to get to details of everything, it appears that Jeremy Sprinkle, he got a rupture Achilles, which may snap, may not snap, so you don't want to put a lot of pressure on that. And on top of that, I heard that Jabril Cox banged his knee up, so they, out of precaution, they held him out. And Jake Ferguson, he's dealing with a hammy issue, so that's why we saw Peyton Andershot catch that big deep ball.
He actually, I tell you what, he actually looked pretty good. Now I hate to say this about Jeremy Sprinkles, but every time I hear Jeremy Sprinkles, I always think of like a stripper. Okay, hey Sprinkles, what's up? Bow chicka bow, I mean.
Sprinkle me, baby.
That's what I always think when I think of Jeremy Sprinkles. And I apologize, Jeremy. I don't mean any disrespect or anything like that.
Right.
And I hope that they're wrong about the Achilles tendon because we need depth, and that is my biggest fear right now. We are already getting hit. Matt Lewinsky, we're hearing that it sounds like he's going to have surgery. And I'm worried about the offensive line because the starters we had out there today.
Right.
Shoot. Or maybe I'm looking at this the wrong way. Maybe our defense is so good.
Right.
That they're night and day ahead of the offense. That maybe we got the 85 Bears out there.
That's a good point. Maybe that's the situation and scenario. Our defense is such a stifling type of defense that our offense can't even move.
I tell you what.
Talk to me.
Now, this is that. See, I know, Law. You love checking out the quarterbacks and the receivers and everything else.
Yeah.
I know that West Coast is Mr. Run the damn ball guy. So he's with Tony Pollard and everything else. I was so disheartened today because as I'm down there on the field, the training camp, right? I'm sitting here looking and I see, Dak's got a whole field over there and everything else. They even had the kicker. I don't know why we got a kicker because he couldn't kick worth shit.
God.
Okay, but they got the whole field. They're working out, and I'm like, I want the fat boys,
big boy.
And I go over with the fat boys. They literally have them in the corner. And they got a fence that's like blacked out over there. But I'm like, wait a minute. The big guys don't get no love?
No love, man.
I mean, seriously. No love whatsoever for the... You can't even see him.
No doubt.
But I'm going to tell you right now, the guy who made amends for yesterday, okay, Tristan Hill.
Oh, my God.
Tristan Hill, look, I'm sorry. He got embarrassed, okay? Yeah. He had to run home to mama yesterday after he got jacked up. And I mean, he got jacked up by Tyler Smith. Tyler Smith just said, you my bitch now. Okay?
He did say that.
And that's literally was like, oh, okay, I guess he ain't gonna make the team. But he came out there today and seeing him bull rush, he was like, I'm making up for this stuff. I am going lights out. And he actually showed up. And that's part of the reason why it seemed like the Cowboys were having a hard time doing anything on offense.
No doubt. Well, first and foremost, that front nasty. You had Big Bo, you had Big Ridgeway. They did their things as well as Navarre Gallimore. So I believe that this defense is way ahead of the offense. Now, you said something different. I said that the defense is ahead of the offense, and you said, what did you say?
Maybe we got a really good defense because I've always been the guy who's wanted the big defensive line, the strong guys. The Cowboys have always been the team that says, well, it's kind of like as a husband, you take out the trash because you know you got to take out the trash. You don't really want to take out the trash. You just know I don't want to hear this shit for not taking out the trash. If it were up to us and we weren't getting the flag, the trash would never get taken out. Okay, we never. It's kind of like Mike McCarthy and run the football. He doesn't really want to run the football, but he knows he has to do some of that.
Right.
And that's how the Cowboys are with the defensive line. It's kind of like, like I said, Tyrone Crawford. Well, we can throw him as a tackle, or whatever, or we'll take a tackle and we'll make him a nose and stuff. But when you need a tackle, get a damn tackle. When you need a nose tackle, get a real nose tackle. And for once, it seems like with Dan Quinn, and I'm going to say Dan Quinn has impressed me, and that is the only thing that gives me hope is having Dan Quinn.
Right.
But we finally have some guys that are not only big, but they're athletic. They actually have speed.
Yeah.
And I'm impressed that Quinn Bohannon doesn't look sloppy fat anymore.
No, he don't.
He actually looks like he's big. He's a mountain out there. Kind of like Game of Thrones. He's like the mountain. But he was actually moving well. And what I loved is actually seeing Dan Quinn really hands-on and showing these guys hand placement that, when you do that first punch, you're punching right here in the heart.
Yeah.
And then you're coming back behind them and clubbing right here to really work your way through it. The technique and the hands-on-ness, I love seeing. I don't know I see that on the offensive side where it's so much direct teaching.
Well, one of the things that I took away from practice today...
Not a game now.
Not a game. We're talking about practice, baby. And one of the things that I did get a chance to see with my natural eyes is Dan Quinn, after every series, he's walking into the huddle.
Yeah.
He's telling, hey, you need to be here. Hey, you need to be there. And where was Kellen Moore?
I don't know that I saw. You know what? I can say I saw Mike McCarthy.
Yeah.
Because Mike McCarthy, when I was down there with the defensive line,
right.
I was sitting there, and all of a sudden I see Mike McCarthy come out of the porta john. And I missed it. I was like, he came on out the porta john, okay. Walked on over, looked at the defensive line, and kept on. I can at least say I saw Mike McCarthy coming out the porta john. Yeah. I don't remember seeing Kellen Moore.
No way, man. So for right now, the offense, they are telling Dak Prescott that the outside wide receiver is Dennis Houston. Shout out to Dennis Houston, by the way. Let me contextualize this. Let me just say this all the way. Dennis Houston, the undrafted rookie free agent, he's getting more snaps than Jalen Tolbert. Excuse me, he's getting more snaps than Simi Fehoko.
Yeah.
Hey, let me go a little bit further. He's way ahead of Noah Brown. So this Dennis Houston, they got him as the starting outside wide receiver. CeeDee Lamb is playing from the inside, and they motion him in and out. So that's your wide receiver core right there.
Right. Which is kind of, now again, it's early in training camp.
It's still,
sometimes you try guys and say, we're going to try them with the number ones and see how they're reacting as opposed to the seconds versus the seconds to see. Because you want to find who are the best, 3 receivers that we have out there. Right. And right now, I hesitate to say this because I'm not going to say this because I want to diss him. I want to actually say this because I want to send a message to him. But I got to see more from CD. CD has been handed the keys to the kingdom.
Right.
CD is the guy who is right now going to be, one of these $25, $30 million guys.
True.
I need to see you become Michael Irvin out there to be the vocal leader and to lead by example. There were so many times today where I looked like you were just half-assing. You were just going through the motions.
True.
And I'm sitting here looking and knowing that we have a lot of young guys that are out there.
What do they call it? Alligator arms? Or what do they call it?
He was like alligator fingers.
Yeah.
Look, this is like this. Okay.
Oh my gosh! Man.
I understand we're talking about practice. And you don't want to get hurt.
We're talking about practice,
but
not a game.
You got to show, because I didn't see. We had one play out there where people got fired up.
Right. And it's Tyler Cole.
I didn't see any passion whatsoever. That's the thing that kind of. The defense felt spirited.
Yeah.
Defense was laying the wood.
Yeah.
Offense, you got to be better than that.
They got to perform a little bit better. And on top of that, we need to see something from this offense. Shout out to Ezekiel Elliott. And
Zeke looked pretty good.
Yeah, he looks pretty good.
Zeke is moving around really well. And for people to say that he looks like that he's done, he ain't done.
Yeah,
but you know, like they always say about Dak Prescott needs those guys out there.
Yeah.
That running back needs some offensive linemen out there to open some holes and not get flags. Out there. And if you are a fantasy football guy, okay, I you know, my man Sal right here, he knows fantasy football like crazy. If you're a fantasy football guy, get Dalton Schultz on your fantasy team, because I think he's going to get 100 catches out there this year, because it's going to be out of necessity. I'm going to tell you, he is the security blanket right now, and you can see he is that go-to guy for Dak Prescott right now, and I have a feeling that we're not going to be getting anybody as far as help. But then again, there really isn't anybody. I mean, out there, who would you look out there as a wide receiver and say, this is a guy that can really help us right now? I don't know that there's anybody.
The market is dried up right now. I think that the Cowboys are going to have to dig into the trading scenario. They're going to have to give up draft picks or give up assets on their team that they already have in order to get someone, or it's a wait and see. We could be just sitting back here and just be just like this until the game kick off. And I'm talking about the preseason game. Somebody need to step up. Shout out to Cavante Turpin. He got rocked today, didn't he?
Oh, he did.
Rocked. Boy, he got rocked. And everybody like, okay, he's going to get back up. He sprung back up.
Right up. Boom. But see, when you're little like that, you can get tossed around and everything like a rag doll. But when you're a big guy and get tossed around like that, because you got a lot of mass that's like, But yeah, shout out to him. That boy is fast.
That boy fast.
That boy is fast out there.
He's fast.
Here's the question, though.
What's up?
And maybe when Jerry was sitting there saying that, you know, if I believed that if I wrote a check and we could win the Super Bowl, that I would. But we're is this beginning to set up to go ahead and get rid of Mike McCarthy? I just almost feel like you look at how Dan Quinn seems to get his way with the players that he wants. Right. You see Dan Quinn. You don't see Jerry Jones calling Dan Quinn looked like he was in charge. He looked like, this is my defense. I do what the F I want to do. Yeah. I mean, Mike McCarthy's just rolling out the porta john.
You know what? They said that it was Dan Quinn that wanted to bring in Tack McKinley for that interview to see what he can do for that cup of coffee. Okay. That's letting me know that, hey, I want this in the furniture. I want this type of furniture in the house. I need this, these type of drapes. You know what I'm saying? In the house. What the world did Mike McCarthy request for that?
That's what I'm trying to understand.
You're right. He's on to something, because
it seems like what Dan Quinn wants, you got full latitude. Yeah. Mike McCarthy, okay. We know. Listen, we got Josh Ball. You know, we heard yesterday. Well, Josh Ball's looking really good at backing up Tyron Smith, right? We know Matt Lewinsky is the backup for Terrence Steele, right? Right. Okay. Well, Matt looks like he's gonna have surgery. Josh Ball, wasn't he getting rocked out there today?
He got folded up like, look, this is a wallet. He got folded up like a wallet. They folded Ball up. I said, man, he ain't round no more. He flat, Josh Flat. Right. That's his dude name, Josh Flat.
So, I shouldn't say if, when Tyron Smith goes down, what are we doing on the offensive line? Are we going to go ahead and take, Tyler Smith and put him out there? Inexperienced, and that, because now he's got to learn two positions as a rookie. Yeah. Right?
Oh my God.
We got the franchise right there that, let's say hypothetically, the first game that Tyron Smith goes out in the middle of the game, right? Right. Say it's third down and say 8.
Knock on some wood.
Okay, knock on wood. Tyron Smith goes out, okay? And now we got to have my man come in, okay? Switch from being the guard, switch to the other side there, and take over for Tyron. You don't think that team is going to put an all-out blitz coming on that side and going after Dak Prescott's ass?
Oh, my gosh. I think
that's what I would.
Yeah, that's what I would do, too. And I'm going to tell you, man, today the defense were not having it. Parsons, he would have decapitated my guy, Rain Dakota Prescott. We would have been playing taps. Man, it would have just been over. You saw that?
Okay. Now, look. The funniest thing, I don't know, you weren't live, and I know he's going to have this clip on it, okay? Right. There was one good drive by the offense. We could say it was one good drive, but they didn't get into the end zone. It almost felt like we need a feel-good drive. Defense, take it easy on the offense. Let's let them have that, I accomplished something for you.
Right.
Because, and here's my man up here. Stop playing that prevent defense.
Yeah.
He's good. Stop playing that prevent defense.
Look, they will play. Look, all right, put it like this. Before we say anything else, do you guys want us to lie to kick it? Cause we can do just that. We can sit here.
Oh,
say,
I know people gonna cuss me out.
Yeah.
Oh, you just making shit up, man. The Cowboys, we going to the Super. We going 17-0, man. You don't know what you're talking about. I was like, okay, all right, fine, okay.
And then on point,
you believe in Santa Claus, man? Okay,
on point. When we got close to the red zone, and we were saying, do you go for a field goal?
Oh hell! Oh my God! Oh.
Tell them what the kicker did. The kicker.
No, hold on. You can't even call him a kicker. No. The guy who has the ball in the tee. Okay.
Yeah.
He does not get to be called a kicker. He did not make a single field goal at all. Zero. Okay. You know what I would do? I would call up the Jacksonville Jaguars, who just got rid of their rookie kicker because he missed 3 field goals warming up and hit a former coach of ours. With the football. He actually hit the guy on the sidelines with the football. I'd call him up right now and put him out on the field because that guy we got out there, man, I would say he was booty, but I like booty. Okay?
Wait a minute.
All right? I like booty. So I wouldn't even call him booty. That's how bad he was.
Wait a minute. Jonathan Garibay, man, we put some good trust in you, man. So I'm gonna lie to kick it to y'all right quick, man. It was the win, man.
Oh,
you see how that win. Ain't that right? It was the win, right? It was the win.
Right.
It was the win, man. See, y'all all agree with me. It was the win. See, I got people agreeing with me.
And I'm gonna call bullshit on it because I'm gonna tell you that was a crosswind, and those kicks weren't getting anywhere close to depth-wise. If it was being blown over there, okay, I'd say that.
I got the seagull agreeing with me. You heard the seagull.
What do you think is gonna happen when you up in the New York, up there with the swirling winds and everything up there?
Oh my God!
What's gonna happen when you go to like New England up there in the cold and everything else? No,
See,
we just not kicking the field.
We're gonna be up by 25, 30 points, man. We ain't worried about no kicker right now. Ain't that right, Cowboy Nation?
How we gonna be up? You know we're gonna be ground and pound.
Well,
Let's be clear here. We're gonna be a ground and pound offense. We are going to be doing 12 personnel, and we're going to be. Jerry's right. He's going to feature Zeke Elliott because Tony Pollard's going to play wide receiver.
Give me 3 positives right now.
3 positives
on offense. We
ain't
talking
about defense. I'm going to say I
don't go defense. 3 positives.
I saw a lot of 12 personnel.
There we go.
Okay, I saw that.
Bingo.
I saw Zeke Elliott moving well, especially in traffic because he had to move well because there were people right there in the backfield with him. I would say Dak Prescott actually being able to move around and his footwork looked really, really good. Yeah. And I would also say, I'm going to give you a 4th one. I would also say that Dalton Schultz did not look bad at all. He is going to get a lot of balls. I'm telling you, 100. I'm going to just say he might end up being our leading receiver this year.
Put it like this. Is the tight end room better than the wide receiver room?
I can't say that because I didn't see what Jake Ferguson did because he didn't practice today.
Did you like what you saw of Peyton Hendershot?
Peyton Hendershot looked good.
We're going to have to get some T-shirts or something to say Hendershot.
Yeah, Hendershot.
Every catch he catch, we're going to be like, take a shot, take a Hendershot.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We got to get
marketing guru right here. Yo, Peyton Hendershot did pretty good on his first team reps.
Maybe we should get with like a rum company.
A rum company.
Yeah, we'll get the Hendershot.
Yeah,
because you got Hennessy, we got Hendershot.
Yeah. See how it works?
That's a good look. I'd take a Hendershot.
We'll pitch it to Jerry Wayne.
Jerry. You know what? Give me some more of that money here. I like that idea there. And you know what? We're gonna make that Jobu as a mascot because we know how much he loves that rum. Okay. But all seriousness though.
Yeah.
This is only the 2nd day of pads. We've killed the Cowboys, okay?
Yeah.
We've killed the offense. It's only the 2nd day of padded practice.
Yeah.
You know, after that first week of camp, you get the spaghetti legs.
Yeah, you get that spaghetti legs.
Especially after you get those pads on the first time and stuff. Yeah. And defenses are always ahead of offense. Offense is a lot more complex, okay? Defense, I played defense. Okay,
Yeah.
I played nose guard. So you got to understand, you don't have to be as bright to play on defense as you do on offense. Okay?
No offense to you,
I'm not
Parsons.
being.
Parsons, we ain't talking about
but
you, right?
but look, you're more of a caveman when you're on defense.
Yeah.
Let's be clear here.
True that.
As an offensive tackle, you got to understand that the quarterback's going to call out different protections. The center's going to change it, this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
And you got to really think on your feet. So it's more cerebral. Defense, there are less plays. And basically your assignments are your assignments. Get the guy with the ball.
Yeah.
And so you're usually ahead of the offense.
True that.
And I think the offense has plenty of time to get together because, when you start thinking about, Jalen Tolbert, how much does he really work with Dak Prescott? I mean, this is only, 7th practice?
Yeah. And so far.
No, 9 to 7. Shit, it's only 5th practice. They practice on Wednesday.
Yeah.
5th practice. And only sixth practice. Okay. And, you start thinking about some of these younger guys, and the fact that Dak Prescott wasn't there last year really working out. So give that some time. Now, offensive line, it's in flux. We need definitely to be better than what we were. Yeah. Definitely. And I expect Steele to be good. I expect Tyron Smith, who was working on the ropes and stuff on the bands after practice, I expect him to be really good. Zach Martin, the guards were bad today.
Yeah.
But I expect Zach Martin to get back in form. And Tyler Smith, as we saw yesterday, maybe he left it all on the field yesterday when he pancaked Tristan Hill, because Tristan Hill got the best of him today.
But let me just try to help this out a little bit.
Okay.
And explain the defense. All rotation defense is just so steep.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Those guys, and then I'm paying attention to Dan Quinn. He's making sure that you got a fresh Sam Williams. Mm-hmm. Think about this. The tackle Ball was put in such a horrible situation because now you have Sam. Excuse me. Now you have Fowler. Excuse me. Now you have Dorrance Armstrong. And by the time he get those guys figured out, you got Basham just coming at you. So those guys continuing to create pressure is making this offensive line looking like, man, how do we stop this? Because they don't rotate.
That's Dan Quinn. But see, here's the thing that's crazy about the Legion of Boom. Okay? When you look at their defensive line, you didn't have like a Khalil Mack or anything like that. You had in 2013, I want to say Cliff Avril had 8.5 sacks and Marty Bennett had 7. Those were the 2 sack leaders. They ended up with like 47 sacks. So it was not one guy that you looked at and said, I got to stop him.
Right.
It was so many different guys. And here was what was great was you saw Micah, when Micah was playing middle linebacker, he was like a blanket all over Dalton Schultz. I was just like the coverage on there was like, damn.
Yeah.
He was all over him. And then you see him out there rushing from the end.
Yeah.
And so if you end up getting these big guys, the fat boys are back.
Yeah.
You get Ridgeway or you get Bohannon, or one of these guys that can just push the pocket. And if Tristan Hill does make the team, if he can bull rush the way he did, as well as Canadian Bulldogs or Gallimore, that pressure right there, and then you have the speed of Sam Williams or Micah Parsons or D-Law, the quarterback's going to shit his pants. I'm telling you that they're going to have to throw the football so fast that you're going to have takeaways left, right. I don't expect to see Diggs with 11 interceptions again. But you can. I think
respect that. I'll take it that they will respect him more.
They definitely will. But you will see other guys that will get more takeaways and stuff on there because you cannot coach that speed and that size that they have. And this is the best group of guys that we've had collectively on there. There's not going to be a superstar where you look at and say, it's Aaron Donald. But when you take that position and you look at the production that you get from that position, like you were saying, you go from Basham, you go from Dorrance Armstrong, you go from Sam Williams.
Right.
None of those guys may be more than 6 sacks, but you look at that position, you might end up having 15 sacks coming from that defensive end spot, which is huge.
Yeah, that is phenomenal. And then with pressure, keep in mind the LA Rams were the #1 team in defense last year. Mm-hmm. Hear me out. Put that butter knife down. Don't shank me with that butter knife. Put it down. Put that butter knife down. They had multiple guys over 60 pressures. We talk about defense from the aspect of creating pressure. Yeah. When you have pressure on the quarterback, it puts it in a very, very toxic situation for said quarterback. Here's what I got to say. Von Miller, over 60 pressures last year, and I know he's no longer on the LA Rams. And then they also had Aaron Donald, over 60 pressures. And then
facing double and triple teams.
Double and triple team. Then Floyd, whatever his name, Leonard Floyd, he had over 60 pressures. So what I'm trying to do with my Cowboys is to get those guys to have north of 60 pressures. Why is this such a pivotal situation? Why? Because now I'm seeing that guy that stepped up in practice, not just J. Ron Kersey, but number 25. His name is Nashawn Wright.
Yes.
He's 6'3.5". He's like a giraffe out there with football pads. And in order for you to get that ball out quickly, you better make sure that you throw it in a nice situation. But he's so long, man. That's why he was able to put that ball down, bat it down, get it out of the sky. And even with your shorter guys, like your Jordan Lewis's of the world, why he was able to get the interception, because you still have that pressure from the interior, which clogs up the passing lanes, and that's how you are able to do that.
Right.
So what do you feel about that, what I just said?
I agree with you on that. And once you get that pressure on the quarterback has to throw before he has a chance. Or even better, having the pressure in his face where I've got to throw around the guy or worry about a tip pass. You're going to get the ball not necessarily where the receiver wants to get it, or it's being thrown sooner. And that becomes opportunistic. And when you have somebody that's 6'3" as a cornerback, that length, then you can be able to move around. Just like you saw Vasher being 6'6", that one-handed grab that he had. Kevin Joseph actually had great coverage on him, but the guy could just jump that far and was that much taller. There's nothing you could do to stop something like that. So yeah, definitely. All these things work together, and the thing that a lot of people will look at is they'll focus on just one person and say, this is the reason we win or lose, like the quarterback. But you have to understand that it's truly a team sport. And you can have great edge rushers, which the Cowboys have always had. But the problem is that the middle of the field has been soft, and people are able to run up the middle. And you can't stop the run, you're not going to win. And if you can't get pressure up the middle on the quarterback, it's the perfect situation for him, because he's going to step up. Now I've got a clear vision of the field, and I can wait for that person to break and throw it to him. But now we're going to be able to get that pressure in the middle. And everything, almost every single drill that I saw them doing was a pass rushing drill. Every single one of them, when I was over there watching them, was all about pass rushing.
Even with the big boys, and we're going to show that clip a little later on tonight. But one thing I wanted to let Mark Holmes talk about, when you talk about the big boys are back.
Fat boys,
fat boys, not big.
I know.
Fat boys.
He's a baby. He doesn't know about he don't know about music like that. Fat boys.
Fat boys.
Okay. He don't know nothing about that. That's some real music there, boy. Okay. That's some real music there, boy. You don't know nothing about that. Okay.
Get low. Get low. Yin yang, baby. But 3, 6, 9.
We're burying the hot boys. We will never say hot boys again. We're talking about the fat boys are back.
So the fat boys also make it comfortable for the LBs.
Oh my God!
You notice, we haven't had one negative word to say about Leighton Vander Esch.
Okay. Okay. See, all these other YouTubers out here, they've been cornerbacks or wide receivers. And all that. See, listen, I lived in the trenches. Okay? I learned the hard way that what your job is. I remember in a game, not practice, in a game. I ended up nose guard. Okay, they don't even call it nose guard anymore. Look, they just did away with it. Okay, but that means I lined up over the center. I shot the gap.
Zero.
Got into the quarterback's hip pocket, followed him behind there, boom, got the sack. It was third down. Felt great. I'm running off field. Yeah, I got that, right? Coach lit into my ass. I'm like, Coach, what's up?
What's up?
We stopped on third down. I got a sack. He said, what was your assignment? I said, my assignment was stand up the center. What'd you do? I said, I got a sack. No, you didn't. He said, you did not do your assignment. You left your linebackers wide open, and he got jacked up. But I was like, Coach, we stopped him on third down. I got the sack. He said, I don't give a rat's ass about the sack. Your job is to keep the linebackers clean. Because, see, here's the thing.
Talk to him.
We talked about Connor McGovern last year. The reason why he was put back on the bench for Connor Williams was because he couldn't get to the second level to stop the linebackers.
The
linebackers are the ones that get the glory. It's designed for the linebackers to make the tackles. And what you want is those big defensive linemen to keep those guys stuck at the line of scrimmage. Linebackers can look, they can see where the play's going, and they scrape to the hole to make the plays.
Right.
And that is their job. And unfortunately, we have not had the guys that have been able to do that. And that's why you see Van Der Esch getting jacked up.
Yeah.
Because now I'm getting hit by a big-ass guard, and I can't make a move.
So
this is where, people look and say, well, Van Der Esch, he sucks. Well, if he's getting killed by the guards, then I don't expect him to be able to take on. You're talking about them going against a 300-pound guy. He's about 245, 250, and, he's got a glass neck.
Yeah.
So that's the difference there. And that's where I look at it and say, I have hope because these guys are going to occupy the offensive line.
No doubt, man. So let's recap everything before we depart on everything.
Kicker sucks.
Shout out to you, Jonathan Garibay, man. You still need wide receivers, right?
Now here's what I hope, though. I hope
him.
he pulls a Tristan Hill tomorrow. Because we talked about Tristan. Oh, Tristan Hill. No. Oh, man. Tristan Hill, man. He's cut, man. He's done, man.
Shark,
Get him out of here. He's a bum. He got pancake yesterday. And he came out to the day and he said, you know what? I'm kicking ass today. So, kicker, we're going to give you a chance tomorrow to redeem yourself at the scrimmage.
Yeah. So, what about wide receivers? We'll talk to them.
CD, you got to do better than that. You got to do better. You know what?
My dog, man. You talking about my dog?
He's my dog too, man. Listen, he's my dog too, but
what are you talking about?
I need him to be a dog.
You know what? He got 88 on, man.
I need him. You know what I want to see? I want to see him pull a Michael Irvin when he doesn't catch the football or it's a bad pass. I want to see some attitude, okay?
Yeah.
I want to see some attitude stuff and say, this isn't acceptable. We got to be better. Yeah. We got 37 days until the season starts. Yeah. Man, we got to get this shit. That's what I want to see. I want to see some passion.
Yeah, come on, man.
Okay?
Come on, man. What are we talking about?
We're talking about receivers.
Receivers. Is Dennis Houston really that guy?
He might be.
He might be, y'all.
Or at least he's getting opportunity.
He's getting opportunity. It could be some unforeseeable things of the reason why he's ahead of Simi and the reason why he's ahead of Jalen Tolbert. Mm-hmm. Could be some unforeseeable things that we just don't know, right?
But the thing is you're not a named person until you become a named person. And you have guys that come out of nowhere that become great that people didn't expect. I mean, Dak Prescott, let's be honest, nobody wanted him. And look where he is. He got an opportunity to go ahead and play, and they found out he's a player.
And he was a horrible practice guy.
So are we saying Ben DiNucci after that pass he threw at practice?
Wait a minute. Now we would at least seen something by now.
And listen,
it's going on 3 years now.
Listen, we're JMU Dukes, man. I love you, man. And listen, you've been on NFL roster now for 3 years. I'm proud of you, man, because you're holding up the JMU Dukes, okay? But, I hate to say it, though. That pass, you got one pass. You had one shot, one opportunity. It wasn't good.
Now, the last play, that was an interception by Will Fuller, looking like Frank Tarkett and, trying to run.
Oh, yeah, trying to run. Well, the quarterbacks had to run a lot today.
So that's what we don't know. This defense, this defense could be. The defense could be the defense.
Yeah, it could be. It could be.
Well, what you want to see tomorrow? Want to see tomorrow?
Well, tomorrow, I don't want to see anybody get hurt.
Amen to that.
If I can see that, then anything else is icing on the cake. We do have the scrimmage tomorrow, okay?
Right.
I'd love to continue to see the defense being able to put pressure, but I need the offense to go down and at least show me a couple of good plays or something. And I would like to see at least one field goal made.
One field goal.
Just one. I'm not asking for a lot.
Get to the one and kick the field goal at the one.
Just give me one. Give me at least a hope, okay? Because right now I'm feeling like we got no chance of making a field goal. At least if I can see one made, then maybe we'll think about actually, okay, we got a chance.
You guys want?
And I don't want to see Mike McCarthy coming out to Portageon anymore.
Y'all want to get feedback today?
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah. See, that's what I'm talking about. Come on, jump up in here.
We got my man Sal. Better call Sal.
I'm gonna say one thing. We need to get wide receiver help, and we need to get linebacker help.
On the linebacker, I'm actually not feeling as bad as I did.
Yeah.
Because Jabril Cox, although he had bumped the knee and he got the day off, Jabril Cox is actually playing pretty well. And also understanding with the safeties that we have actually J-Ron Curse is in fact a safety linebacker, so you can do some things with that. And the way the Dallas Cowboys defense may run, because this is the other thing that was interesting, was watching them, and I can't wait to get back and look at the film and stuff on here.
Yeah.
But the way that they were using a lot of our defensive ends from standing up position.
True.
So they're been playing like outside linebackers.
Yeah.
So you saw Dante Fowler, you saw
like
Goldston and stuff,
like
where they are basically, where you got 4 linebackers, and it basically your ends are linebackers, although they're really defensive ends, they're just standing up.
Yeah.
But they practice a lot of that, so you may end up saying, okay, we only need really 2 traditional linebackers, which could be Van Der Esch and Micah, or Van Der Esch and Jabril Cox, or like I said, we use the big nickel, where we basically got 3 safeties that are out there, and your safety is kind of a linebacker, cornerback, safety, hybrid out there and stuff. Yeah. So you're going to see.
You want to take questions?
Why you got to make fun of me?
No, you want to take questions from Q&As, or what you want to do? Chat?
With the sunshine here, it's hard to see those.
I can read it though.
Okay.
I can read it.
And I'm half blind, even though these are prescriptions.
I'm gonna start on your page first.
Okay, let's see.
See where you.
All right.
We got
Philadelphia. You should have known it was Philadelphia.
Philadelphia, man. He live over here on Mark Holmes' page. Shout out to him, man. All
Jerry
right,
says no rush for wide receiver. You know what? I'm about sick of hearing from
man,
Jerry
we got
Jones.
Sex bots up in here. Get out of here. Get out of here. Yeah,
well, sex bots need love too.
Oh,
well. But Jerry Jones and the whole Jimmy Johnson thing. I'm sorry, Jerry sounds so petty.
Yeah.
After what he did at the Hall of Fame last year with the whole thing of, I'm going to put you in it. The only reason why he did that shit was because he was trying to steal some of the thunder from Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah.
And now to make this whole thing, I'm going to put him in when I want to put him in. Man, I'm sorry. You just look bad when you do that.
Yeah. Hey, serious questions only, man. Let's hurry up. I'm sick of the Jones family.
That's not a question.
That's not a question. Statement. This dude talk about himself. He talking about Jerry. Oxnard looking nice, unlike Jones's.
Oh man!
Wow. Mark repping the DMV.
There we go.
Yeah.
Well, no, we're all repping the Dallas Cowboys. But and I'm gonna say this because see, I love my wife. Okay, I've been married to her for 18 years, and I will ride and die with her. Yeah. But it doesn't mean that I like everything about her. Okay, there's some things out there that I don't like about my wife, and I guarantee you, if you've been married for a long time, there's some things about your wife that you don't like either, right? But understand, I love her to death. I will do anything for her, and that's how I feel about the Dallas Cowboys. I love the Dallas Cowboys. I am a ride or die guy with them, but I don't love everything that they do.
What's up, man?
You understand what I'm saying?
You got Parsons over there.
And now people just go, "Oh, your husband, he don't like some of the shit you do." Trey, I know somebody gonna try this stuff, but I'm telling the truth. Look, Sal doesn't want to admit. He's like,
"What's up, man? Look at this, man. We got Parsons in the house."
Okay, there we go.
There we go. Look, just a bold statement. But lady, if I can be anything in this world, I would be the tears that was born in your eyes, lived upon your cheeks.
See, he a young man, okay? See, I understand. I only got so many good years left, so don't give a fuck, okay?
Well, that linebacker help that I was talking about, I think before that.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh, no, you're good. You're good, Mark. Wide receiver help, definitely. We need tackle help, swing tackle help. And the only reason why I was talking about linebacker is if Leighton Van Der Esch, he played really good last year.
Yeah.
But if he ends up snapping that neck and getting hurt, we don't get Damone Clark till next year, or at the earliest, maybe the last couple games. Yeah. So if we get Jabril Cox to stand up, and not Jabril Cox, but J-Ron Curse. He can cover. He can cover tight ends. That boy's a beast.
Here's the thing, though. I will say though, is when I look at our defense, I think we would be better able to absorb a loss of a linebacker because of the other playmakers that we have around there than we would be than if we lost a tackle. Because there's ways that we can change the defense so we can do some other things to kind of make up for that weak spot.
And we knocking on wood because the linebacker.
But when you're talking about tackle,
well, when we start talking about linebacker, we're talking about number 11. So or you talking about number 27.
Right.
Know? So because although he is the safety, he's the hybrid linebacker.
Right.
But neither here nor there.
But he's also the field general too, so that's the great thing about it. That and that was one of the things that actually helped Micah Parsons so much last year was Micah didn't have to call out the defenses. That he could focus in after getting after the quarterback of the house. And that's what I want him to be able to do is to know I'm lining up here and here's my assignment, just turn them loose.
Yeah. Yes, indeed, man. So with all that being said, we got a super chat. Go ahead and see.
Alan Williams, Mark-in-law, the veteran wide receiver would be.
Let's talk about that.
Would any of us? I don't.
Look, the time to draft the time to go get the veteran wide receiver, the market has dried up. And I wanted to say this before we depart. There will be another wave of wide receivers, by the way, once they cut down to 53. Yep. So right now, this is a patient man's game, and the Cowboys must evaluate who they got right now before they make a move. Now, I get it. We like Cole Beasley or what have you. He's been here before.
But he's a name player.
He's a name player.
Because, see this is what happens is people fall in love with people that have a name. Okay? Yeah. When people heard that Julio Jones was signed with Tampa Bay, oh, man, he got Julio Jones, that weapon. It's like, dude had 441 yards last year and 700 yards the year before and 4 TDs. He's not the same Julio Jones that he used to be, okay? And the same thing about Kyle Rudolph. When people in the Giants signed Kyle Rudolph, oh, man, the Giants got Kyle Rudolph. Their offense is going. The guy had 250 yards. And so now that guy signs with Tampa Bay to replace Gronk. I don't look at that and say I'm scared of Kyle Rudolph and Julio Jones anymore because they're not that good anymore. But people still think of them what they were years ago.
But there's one person that I will bring in for a cup of coffee.
Oh, who's that?
Will Fuller. I mean, at this point.
Will Fuller, he only played 3 games though last year. He's got that injury history. It's like we got that.
Oh, yeah, right. I mean,
we got the injury guys down pat.
We move furniture around. We move furniture around on the deck. But I would tell you guys this right here. If you guys can stay patient enough to see what we got out of these guys, right?
Yeah.
And then when they make those cuts, we have $23 million to play around with, supposedly. So that's
somebody
my
said Des Bryant. Here's the problem with Odell Beckham Jr. And I know up on Get Up this morning, they're the Cowboys, they need to sign Odell Beckham Jr. right now. And it's like, yeah, because you want to have something to talk about. But here's the thing. He's going to be like Michael Gallup. He's probably not going to be ready until November. So how does that help us right now in the situation that we have to start the season without a receiver? It doesn't help us any. And you got the baggage and the drama that goes along with Odell. I'm sorry.
No, you're right.
And FYI, he only had 551 yards last year.
No doubt.
It wasn't like he was like 1,500-yard wide receiver. And he was injured twice.
They said AB, the other AB helps right now. The one that's rapping, Antonio.
Oh, Antonio. Oh, Lordy. No, man. You know what?
Get rid of that.
I put our kicker wide receiver before I bring him in.
He would sell some tickets, though. Woo! Come on,
for
man.
a train wreck. Okay. Because that's exactly. It's just like, okay, what's the over and under to the game he's going to show up crazy?
Oh, my God. And then when he leave, he ain't going to leave quiet.
Oh, man. Look, he did that with Tom Brady. What do you think he's going to do with that?
Man, he's going to go completely naked. He put his shirt off. He going to go, I can see him. He going to go full Monty.
Yeah. I'm good with that one. I'll take the guys that we have.
Yeah.
Listen, I think Basher might be okay. Okay? And I think given time... Basher,
They need to move him to the first team reps, though.
Well, again, we're still early.
Okay.
We still have a lot of camp left to go.
Okay.
And the cream is going to rise, okay? And maybe we're overreacting because of just one bad practice. Have you looked at, now I haven't been here like you have, and shout out to you, man. Shout out to your lady.
Yeah.
For the time that you're here doing this stuff. See, I brought my lady. I had to bring mine with me, which I'm happy to because it was nice waking up with my woman and going out this morning for a walk together and everything else. That was cool.
And because the statement you said earlier, man. Remember I told you my statement.
She knows that, she'll be the first one to tell you that, there's a lot of shit that you do that I don't like. Okay? And I say, I know it, but I'm glad you can put up with it all these years. And we realize that both of us are too lazy to go ahead and separate. That's a lot of work, man. And who got time for that?
See the seagulls over here. The seagulls over here chiming in.
He married too. He's like, yeah.
Preach, brother, preach. Shout out to you, seagulls. Hey, you go right there.
No, but this is just comedy, okay? We're just having some fun. But we got a lot of training camp, and this is a little overreaction because we don't know what kind of team we're going to have just yet. And it takes time to bake the cake, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But these are flags and things that we see that we say, hey, we want to do better with. And I'm sure the Cowboys will have an answer for it, but there are concerns about some of the injuries in some of the areas that we're thin on. And I am so thankful to, you know, like I said, my man Sal's wife said, is this your son? And I said, you know, I feel like Papa Smurf because they always say he's the GOAT, okay?
Yeah.
And what they really mean is he's the old motherfucker that we keep taking to the club with us, okay? Now, don't scare away the women. Okay, that's what they mean when they say GOAT. I know they've all got together. They said, listen, man, we'll call him the GOAT, man. But he's really an old motherfucker, okay? That's what they do. But it's okay. I understand. I'm just happy that I can go to the club and see all these young, beautiful women. Hey, girl, how you doing there? Hey, yeah, you want to? I didn't want to dance with you anyway. Okay? I'm just happy that I can be there, and I appreciate you, sitting out here, having lunch and stuff together here and watching the game and stuff. And tomorrow we're gonna be right back.
Right here.
Right here, we're gonna do a meetup.
Roll this,
Listen,
man.
Here's what we want. Okay. We want a crowd behind us and stuff here, okay? I'm going to bring my good stuff over here. We're going to set it up with the microphones and everything else. We want to pack this mother humper together and all that. That is, if I don't get beat over the head by my wife when I get back home. Honey,
and we at Red Robin.
Red Robin's, which is about 1.3 miles away from training camp. Basically, if you come out of the parking lot from training camp, make the U-turn to the light, go straight down, you're going to make one right, and you're basically up in here about 1.3 miles away. But Google it. Yeah,
Google it, man. We right here.
We're going to be right here after practice.
And y'all give us feedback. Was the audio straight? Did you hear everything? Let us know. And we're going to kick this one back open again. Mark, tell everybody where to find and follow you at.
Jobu Sports Report, Mark Holmes. Okay, that's it. All right. And Jobu, he's here. He's actually.
How about Jobu? Bring him out, man. Bring Jobu out, man.
See, Jobu.
Oh, Jobu took care of the tab today, man. Jobu famous, man. Appreciate Jobu.
He got a new do, okay? Because, see, this year it needs to be wild. Look. Right?
Spread that mojo.
Look. It's wild and crazy.
Jobu,
okay? He needs to get wild.
Did you snuck that drink in there, man?
Oh, you know what?
You got a flaccid
look, this is aged rum up in here. All right, this has been in here for about 5 years.
Okay.
I kept saying, I'm going to fill this up with rum, and I'm not going to drink it until Cowboys win the Super Bowl. But I did actually take a little bit of this because we took a shot from my man Stuart Morrison and went down to his house to take care of business. So, but it's still half full. No. So I'm still waiting for the Super Bowl. And I don't want to hear the jokes. Does rum go bad? Fuck you, okay?
Jobu need to grow a beard, though, man.
You know what? The power of the beard might be the answer. You know what?
Jobu need to grow. Don't stop shaving, Jobu.
All right.
Jobu, if he stops shaving, we going to the Super Bowl.
What did the Cowboys give you this year? Okay.
What did they give you?
No. What did we buy from the Cowboys? You know, the Cowboys don't give you nothing except for heartburn. Okay. Let's see. Now they used to give you a towel. Okay, I don't see a towel. Okay, we got a flag.
Got a flag. Want to sign it and give it away. I'll put it like this.
Flag.
Let me see what I got.
And we got a sticker. Well, man, they used to have a towel. I want my towel. And I used to get a squeeze bottle. Come on, Jerry, you're getting cheaper by the minute, man. What's up with that? Man. What's happening? How you doing? Thank you. Big $9 super chat over there on Law's channel. Shout out to you. Mark loves the rum jokes. Man, no, I just love rum. It's not jokes. It's not jokes. I just love rum. Okay, that's what it is. But seriously though, if you are in Oxnard tomorrow, Red Robin's after practice, about 1.5 miles, about 1.3 miles from practice field, we're going to be here. We're going to do a live stream and stuff. We'll get your thoughts and things on what the Cowboys are doing or not doing or should be doing, and so on. And as soon as I think he went to see if he had a pen.
Oh, we growing already.
Oh yeah.
We growing already. We got another Cowboy guy here.
There we go. Yeah.
We growing, man. That's what
And
I'm
see,
saying,
he's
man.
already drinking too.
So,
See, he already knows
look,
this
look,
shit's
we
gonna be
growing,
like.
man. Let me turn it around right here. We got 2 more people to come in
There
the
we go.
house.
Yep.
Look at that, man. Where y'all from, man? Sacramento.
Sacramento.
See, when we yell out Giants fan, Eagles fan, they say, where y'all from? They be like, man, from New York. When the Eagles fan, where you from Philly? But see, when he say Cowboy fan, where y'all from? We be like, man, Sacramento. Where you from, fam? Cali. Look at that. We everywhere, man.
Everywhere.
Yeah, we everywhere. So what we gonna do here is I'm gonna sign the back of this.
You
I'm
gotta
gonna try
do
to get. We're gonna get this.
Well,
away.
I'll tell you what. I'll get a marker tomorrow.
Yeah.
And you know, and I've got some of my footballs too.
And it say Cowboys United.
And we need, and you know, we need to get together. We need to stop this infighting of Dak versus Romo and all that stuff.
Right.
And we have to fight the enemy, Jerry Jones.
We're gonna have to unite.
No, Jerry, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Don't call security on me tomorrow. Okay, it's just jokes, man.
I bumped
comedy.
into Jerry the other day, man. I thought he was gonna say hey, but he did like this and he winked his eye. So I was like, man, Jerry knows something.
But
man.
you know, the first time I met Jerry Jones, my wife was like, "You should see all the Cowboy stuff that he buys." And he reached his hand out to me like this, and he said, "Give me some more of that money. Give me some more of that money."
I believe you too.
I was like,
I believe you too.
I was like, and he was serious about that. He was like, "Okay, let me take my wallet out right now and just give it to you."
But all right, you guys can find me at Law Nation Sports. Just put it in your Google handle. You will see my face, name, and logo, or even the beard.
That's
been
right.
my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best.
That's right. And the old guy hanging out in the club getting tipsy.
Peace. We went overtime.
And that beard is nice.
I appreciate it.
That was.
Thank you.